Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 2 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also, go ahead and check out the new episode of What If Kaguya Was Naruto's Mother and enjoy. And tonight I'm only going to be able to post one what if on each channel. Sorry for that guys, I'm working on something but it's taking a longer time than I expected. Just give me some time guys. Trust me, you're going to enjoy it. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the both channels and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And without further ado guys, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So to do a recap from the last part, Eva and Marcos, they're from a universe far away from Naruto universe. As the both of them are vampire, in their universe, vampires are considered beasts, an abomination to the world. As we have mages, we have other beasts, but the vampires are the most terrible. Seeing that vampires used to reign terror for thousands of years until they were stopped, and now they're in hiding, as the mages tried to kill all of them off. As Eva and Marcos were running from the boss of the mages, Ezekiel, as he tried to kill them, Marcos gave Eva a tag. It was a dimension opening wormhole, as he wanted his sister to be safe. As he then sacrificed his life as he was killed by Ezekiel with some strange chanting as his body burned in flames. As Eva was sent flying back by all the blasts that the mage released, as a tag flew out of her hand as it attached itself to the wall as it started to open a wormhole. We then skip back to Konoha as a 7-year-old Naruto was in the woods. He has gotten a beating from the villagers and he ran out here just to keep safe. When the wormhole opened right in front of him, as he didn't know what is going on, suddenly a lot of attacks and a sword created from Ezekiel fly right through the wormhole, as the sword pierced right through Naruto's chest and the attacks burned his body and ripped up his skin badly. As the wormhole closed behind Eva, as she saw Naruto on the ground, he was just a kid. She then bit her hand as she let some of her blood drop into his mouth. Meanwhile, with the Kyuubi felt the place getting darker until that strange blood came in the Mindscape. It was then he was restrained as giant chains shot from the bars with spikes as they stabbed into him, restraining him inside of Naruto. Seeing that Naruto actually just died, he was supposed to be dispersed and reformed somewhere else, but that blood trapped him inside. As when Naruto woke up back, his body was completely healed, but Eva told him that he was in transition. As Naruto ran away, as he didn't know what the hell was going on. When he got home, Eva followed him back there, as she explained to him about vampires. Not really everything yet, but she told him about her life. Naruto wanted to die, as he didn't want to drink blood, but she told him to not give up and prove this village wrong. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can search across the place and check it over yourself. So let's start this new episode. We currently have Eva as she was dashing from rooftop to rooftop. She was in Konoha. She just spoke to Naruto about an hour ago. It was still night time as she was looking around the village. This village is a lot different from where I grew up, she thought, as no one here seemed to know about vampire and no one here possessed mana, magic. This is really strange, but also good for me, she said, seeing that no one will try to hunt me down and try to kill me. But I doubt anyone here has the magical power to kill me, she said. I wonder how the kid is doing, she thought to herself. Meanwhile, Naruto was just sitting down looking out of space. He has received so many information in the last hour. He was dead. And if he don't drink blood in 24 hours, he will die for real. And if he does, he will turn into a vampire. He then heard footsteps as he looked up. "Naruto, what are you doing out here this time of night?" said Iruka, as he gave Naruto a warm smile. "Just thinking," said Naruto. "Huh? About what?" Iruka asked. As Naruto got up, "Iruka-sensei, can we talk?" "Sure. Not here," Naruto said. "Come on." As the both of them walked off, as they were walking through the streets of the village, as the place was silent, seeing that it was nighttime and most people were in their homes. "So what do you want to talk about? Am I a monster?" Naruto asked. As Iruka was caught off guard by that question. What do you mean?" he asked, seeing that he didn't want Naruto to find out about the nine-tailed fox inside of him. I'm hated here. The people always call me monster, a beast, an abomination. Why is that?" "Naruto, that is something I can't tell you," said Iruka. "Why not? I don't even know why. And these people of this village always treat me like garbage. I don't see the point of living anymore." Iruka's head snapped around after hearing that, as he held on to Naruto. "Naruto, what are you talking about? I know you have been through a lot." As Iruka felt a pain in his chest when he said that, knowing that Naruto has been through so much crap. "But suicide is not the answer. You can't just go and kill yourself, Naruto. By the way, aren't you the one that said you want to become a powerful shinobi someday, and people would respect you?" "Yeah," Naruto said with a sad smile, "but I don't see the point anymore." "Naruto," Iruka said, as he placed his hands on Naruto's shoulder, as he was so close to Naruto. It was then that Naruto smelled it, as Iruka was speaking, but Naruto wasn't hearing a word, as he saw the vein at Iruka's neck, as he saw the bulge, as he could smell and hear the blood coursing in his neck. As Naruto backed away from Iruka. "What's wrong?" Iruka asked. "No, stay away," said Naruto. As Iruka looked at him confused as he got closer to Naruto. "Stay away, please," Naruto said. As Iruka looked at him. "Naruto, what is going on?" As Naruto's head was lowered to the ground. As, for a second, Naruto completely blanked out, as he could smell the blood coursing through Iruka's veins. As he looked up, as Iruka stepped back in fear, as Naruto had fangs. In an impressive show of speed, Naruto latched on to Iruka's neck. Without a second thought, he sank down his fangs. As Eva stepped out of the shadows, as she's been watching Naruto and Iruka, as she knows that Iruka is Naruto's friend and he doesn't want to kill him, but the bloodlust was too much for him. "Hey kid, stop, or you're going to kill him," she said. "Hey kid," she said to him, as Eva rushed over to him as she grabbed Naruto by the back of the neck, as she pulled him off of Iruka and thrust him into a wall with a boom. As Naruto's body connected with the wall, as Iruka collapsed on the ground, as Eva could hear his heart still beating but very slowly. As Naruto got up, as he looked at Eva, his eyes were now blood red, his fangs were extended. As he looked at her, "Get the hell out of my way," he said to her, as he rushed towards Eva at immense speed. But Eva simply sidestepped him. "I am way out of your league," she said, as she appeared behind him and snapped his neck. As Naruto collapsed on the ground as he was unconscious. He was already dead, that wasn't going to kill him. Meanwhile in the Mindscape, the Kyuubi, who had looked worn out like a lot of his chakra was taken from him, saw red liquid dripping in the Mindscape. As the red liquid flowed over to his cell, the red liquid then started to fuse with his body, as the Kyuubi didn't know what this feeling was. But it was a rush. As he then looked around the Mindscape, as he saw the place was starting to become illuminated a red color, as all of it then flushed right into the Kyuubi, as the Kyuubi felt like he was on an acid trip, as he didn't know what this feeling was, but he was feeling power and enjoyment course through his veins, as it then vanished, as he had a sick twisted grin on his face, What was that? As his body felt different, he did not understand it. Meanwhile, back in the real world, Eva looked over at Aruka. As she walked over to him, she then bit her hand as she placed it at his mouth. Drink, she said, as he drank her blood as the wound on his neck started to heal. As Aruka snapped out of his daze as he was looking into Eva's eyes, which were completely red, as she looked deep into his eyes, as Eva had the ability to wipe memories. But this ability took a lot out of her, since she basically go into the person's mind and destroy the memory that they have. As she was holding on to Aruka looking deep into his eyes, as she erased everything from him seeing Naruto tonight, as she told him to go home and clean up, and he saw nothing here. As with that, Aruka went off, as Eva then turned back to Naruto, who was still unconscious. She was a bit drained after using that technique, but she could hold her bloodlust. She's been a vampire for way longer than him. But she already knew how much bloodlust and the call of blood were very illuminating, and it was going to force you to take that step. But the kid was going to decide if he wanted to be dead or become like her. But it seemed like the bloodlust made that choice for him, as she picked him up and threw him over her shoulders, as she brought him home. A couple minutes later, Naruto awoke, as he was in his bed. The moment he opened his eyes, the memories struck him, as he jumped out of his bed in shock and scared. As he looked around, what have I done? As he could still taste the taste of blood in his mouth, as tears came at his eyes. As he looked around, Aruka, he said, as he jumped out of the bed, but Eva grabbed his hand. Don't worry, your friend is alright, she said. As Naruto looked at Eva, I healed him. Don't worry. But kid, tonight, you lost yourself for a time there, and you drank blood. As Naruto looked at her, as he already remembered that. So, I'm a vampire now, he said, in a disappointed tone as he looked at her. As Eva looked at him, well, it's not that bad, except for the drinking blood thing. For you, it's gonna be bad. I have to be blunt, she said to him. How bad? Naruto asked. Well, if you don't learn how to control your bloodlust, you will basically kill everyone that's around you. What? Said Naruto. I don't want to do that. That's why I'm going to help you, kid. Don't worry, I will be here for you and help you every step of the way, and I won't let you down. As a tear ran out of Naruto's eyes, as he then chuckled softly. Why are you laughing? She asked. Well, you're the first one to ever say that to me. As he then burst out in laughter. Why is it funny? Well, it's just ironic. I know you for a couple of hours now, and you're the first stable person in my life that don't treat me as a monster. Well, it must be because I'm a monster as well, she said, showing her fangs. As Naruto smiled, and don't worry, this is the last day anyone ever picks on you, because I will be there, and if they try, I will cut them down without hesitation. As Naruto looked at her. Well, I'm not joking, she said. Marcos was my only family member left. We were both vampires, and now he's gone. But you're one as well now. And for that, I'll protect you, and I'll be there for you like how Marcos was there for me. And I'll train you on how to use your powers well. Powers? Said Naruto. Well, yeah, being a vampire comes with a lot of abilities. Well, Marcos had other abilities than me, but I have other abilities as well. So who knows what kind of abilities you have, but there are the basic abilities. Wait, I'm dead, right? Said Naruto. Yeah, you are, she said. Well, I'm going to stay like this forever? No. Didn't I already explain this to you? Your body will mature up to the age of 18. Well, just in the mature form. Look at me, she said. Am I mature? She asked. As Naruto blushed a bit, looking at her chest. Well, yeah, you kind of are, he said. As she saw the look on his face, as she looked down. Pervert, she said. Enough about that. Your body will mature. You can't look like 7 years old forever. But you will be immortal. You will stop growing once you're at your full height. Just hope that you're not supposed to be that short. She said that chuckle. Hey, of course I will grow, said Naruto. I will grow big and tall, he said that smile. As she looked at him. Sure you will, she said. So once your body is full developed, you'll be able to master and use your techniques and abilities in greater ways. But for now, I have to teach you on honing your skills and controlling that bloodlust of yours, seeing that you kind of lost it. As she walked up to him, but don't worry, I'll be here to set things straight if you lose it again. As she placed a hand on his shoulder, her eyes then went wide as she stepped back away from him. As she looked at him with narrow eyes. What's wrong? Naruto asked. As she gave him that look, the same look that the villagers gave him, but it was not aimed at him. It was mostly aimed at his stomach. What's going on? He asked her. I see, she said. The moment she touched him, her blood that was inside of his body recognized her own blood. As she saw what was being kept inside of him. You see what? Naruto asked. Why the villagers hate you? Huh? Really? He said. Why? Why do they hate me? He asked her. It's because of... As she walked up to him and lifted up his shirt, making him blush. What are you doing? Well, as she touched his stomach, making him blush even more. You have some kind of monster in your stomach. It's a fox with 9 giant tails behind it. It's pretty weird, but it seemed very powerful and strong. But why would they put this inside of you? She asked. The 9-tailed fox, Naruto said. How can it be alive? Well, let's go ask it, said Eva. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Well, let me show you one of my other abilities to invade someone's mind and walk amongst it. As she placed her hand on Naruto's shoulder and then clutched his head with her other hand as Naruto's eyes turned white. Some seconds later, Naruto opened his eyes. He was in a sewer. Where the hell am I? How the heck should I know? Said a voice as Naruto turned to see Eva right beside him. You brought us here, didn't you? What do you mean how the heck should you know? Well... Whoa. So it's coming from there, she said, as she turned her attention to a cell, as Naruto just noticed it. What the hell is this? As the both of them walked up to the cell, it was then that claws emerged and clutched down, but Naruto jumped back in fear, as Eva just stood there as the claws passed right through her, as she was a ghostly form and returned back to normal. You think I'm scared of you, stupid beast? Said Eva, as she looked up at the fox. Interesting girl, said Kurama with a chuckle. So you're the one. That blood belongs to you. What have you done to the kid? Kurama asks. What do you mean? You changed his body in some way. Oh, so you know about that. Well, I turned him into a vampire. A what? Kurama said. Well, he's basically an undead creature now, with incredible power, and I will teach him how to own his skill, and one day we will take over this world and rule everything, she said, that dark chuckle. As Naruto looked at her, as she then laughed, just kidding. About the world part, but I'm right, the kid is a vampire. I'm a vampire, and I turned him into one. A vampire? What's that supposed to mean? Well, first of all, he's dead. That's impossible, said Kurama. If the kid died, I would have been free from this cell a long time ago. Well, said Eva, as she leaned down and touched the water. As she pulled up back her fingers, as she sniffed it. Yeah, my blood is all over this place. That's strange. It seems like my blood somehow kept you here, so you wouldn't leave the kid's body, even though he died. Curse you, you vile woman, said Kurama, as he had one chance to escape, and this woman, it's because of her that he's stuck here. Screw you, you overgrown fox, she said. Why don't you come here and say that to me, and I'll rip you to shreds, said Kurama. As she walked up to the bars, "Well, here I am," she said. As Kurama was surprised. He was supposed to be threatening, but this girl doesn't seem to fear him at all. As he brought down his paw in rage, but she faded right through it as he slammed the water surface. "You can't hit me, you stupid overgrown fox. I am just a mental image here, and my abilities allow me to not get harmed in any mind that I inhabit." Well, you are strange. Judging by what I can sense, you don't have any chakra. "Chakra? What's that?" she asks. "Well, it's not like I'm going to explain anything to you, you vile, wretched woman." "Yeah, and screw you, overgrown fox," she said, as the both of them start to argue back and front. As Naruto cleared his throat, drawing their attention, "Would someone tell me what the heck is going on?" As Kurama turned to him, "Well boy, I guess you should know. The fourth Hokage sealed me inside of you to protect your wretched village." "So you were the fox that attacked the village all those years ago?" "Why?" Naruto asks. "Well, because I wanted to slaughter everyone in their village, and because I can." "Really?" Eva said. "You sure are dark." "No, you vile woman. I was being controlled." "Controlled? By who?" Naruto asks. "I don't really know, but those eyes. Those wretched eyes of the Uchihas." "The Uchihas? I heard about that. That's the clan that Sasuke is from." "What are Uchihas, and what kind of eyes?" Eva asks. "I told you, you vile woman, I'm not going to explain anything to you." "So kid, your father sealed me inside of you to prevent me from destroying the village." "And all this time you've been inside of me?" said Naruto. "Well, that sounds a bit strange," said Eva. "What do you mean?" Naruto asks. As she chuckled, "You don't get it?" "No." "Well, you said that the fox was inside of you." As the both of them looked at her confused. "You really don't get the joke?" Forget it," she said as she turned her head. "Why? Why me of all person? Why would he seal you inside of me to make me go through this horrible life?" Well, he couldn't ask anyone else for their kid to bear this sacrifice, so he used his own. "Use his own?" "Wait. Hold on a minute," said Naruto. "Are you trying to say the fourth Hokage is my father?" "Humans, you really are stupid. Can't you see the resemblance? Look at your hair, your blue eyes. You look like a spitting image of him. Didn't you realize that every other villagers treat the other kids around here perfectly fine, but you're the only one that get mistreated because you have me inside of you, because the fourth Hokage gave you this great burden. And why? Why would he do that? Why would he do so much to hurt me if he was my father?" Naruto asks. "The hell if I know. Might be to protect this village, or for you one day to tame my power and bring peace to this world." "Really?" Naruto said. "Well, it was just a guess. I wasn't actually talking to the man. I wanted to swallow him whole and devour his soul," said Kurama. "There you go again, you nine-tailed overgrown fox. Big talk, but you're locked in this cage that fourth Hokage guy created for you. You know, human girl, or vampire girl, whatever you are, I hold a grudge. So when I get out of here, you're the first one I'm going to rip to shreds. You can try it, but I'll probably kill you in the original world." "Foolish girl, I can't be killed. And do you really think you have the power to take me down?" "Well, I'm stronger than I look," said Eva, as she looked at him with a glare. "Enough," Naruto said. "Eva, can we go back to the real world?" "Yeah, I'm getting tired of talking to this fox as well." "Screw you," Kurama said. "Screw you too, nine-tailed wench." "Screw you, red-eye witch," Kurama said, as the both of them kept cursing back and front. "Eva," Naruto said, raising his voice, as they exit the Mindscape. As Naruto was sitting down on his bed. "So, you alright?" Eva asked, as she looked at him. "Huh?" Naruto said. "Well, you just found out that your father was the one that sealed the fox inside of you, making you go through so much." "Well, I don't want to think about that right now," Naruto said. You said you were going to tell me more about the vampire abilities. So what do you have to tell me? He asked her. Well, there is super speed, she said. There is super strength. And all of your senses has been heightened. You can hear things from a long, long distance away. You can smell things from afar away. And your eyes, your vision is like 10 times better. And the more you go on and the more you practice, the more powerful you get. So one day I will be able to beat you, said Naruto. As Eva chuckled. What's so funny? Said Naruto. Well, I've been alive for thousands of years. You really think you can beat me? The only way you're going to be powerful enough is if we're in like a strange cartoon or anime, something like that, and you're the main character, but otherwise, I am far stronger than you. But you do have this thing called chakra, and that beast is greatly strong. Wait, could it be? She said, as she turned towards the screen. Are we in an anime? What the hell are you talking about? Said Naruto, as she chuckled. Forget it, she said, as she turned back to Naruto. So, what do you want me to teach you first? Huh? Well, if you're going to teach me, you should be the teacher. I shouldn't tell you what you should teach me. You should teach me what you think I'm ready for. Well, she said, scratching the back of her head. I never really teach anyone before. I was always the one being teach. Really? Said Naruto. And you've been alive how long now? As she looked at him. Well, there isn't a lot of vampires around. And now that I'm here, we're the only ones. So, back where you came from, more vampires are there? Yeah, but they're in hiding. They all must be slaughtered by now. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Well, there's a powerful mage. He's called Ezekiel. He has crafted a technique that he can sense vampires from a long distance away. That is how he finds me and Marcos. And he has thousands upon mage to help him. So yeah, if he finds them, he's going to slaughter all of them. And they're not strong enough to take him on and the entire force. Sorry about that, said Naruto. Don't be, she said. Vampires are wicked, evil beasts. What do you mean? Naruto asked. Well, those people, they're not actually my family or nothing to me. They're just normal vampires. And we vampires don't really get along, except if you're in our family. But other than that, we don't really talk to other vampires, because most of them do some things that you wouldn't expect, like just killing people for sport. So what about you? Don't you kill people? Naruto asks. Well, I have. Yeah, I have. That's when I'm gone A-wired or something mess with me, or I snap. But I just feed on people, and then I mess with their memories to erase that small amount of me feeding, so they won't know anything about it. So, you're actually a good vampire. Nah, she said to him. What do you mean nah? Naruto asked. Well, back in the old days, I was kind of evil. What do you mean evil? Well, I kind of used to go around terrorizing village, killing people for the sport. But then I realized that I was doing a great wrong on this world. After that tragic day, she said. What? I don't want to talk about it, she said. Alright, said Naruto, as he didn't want to bring up anything that would hurt her. Alright. So, you also have the ability to shapeshift. What's that? Something like this, she said, as a dark energy surrounded her, and in a poof, she turned into a cat. Whoa, Naruto said, as he walked up to the cat as the cat purred. As there was another poof in a dark energy, as Eva returned. That's amazing. Let me try, said Naruto, as he focused. No kid, wait, Eva said, but it was too late, as there was a dark poof. As Eva watched, as she looked down in pure horror, as she saw some kind of octopus mixed with a dog, mixed with a cat, and a bat. Burn it! Kill it with fire, she shouted, as there was another poof, and Naruto returned back to normal. as she huffed a sigh of relief. Thank God, she said, as she looked at him. What happened? My head is all dizzy. You don't know how to transform yet. Seeing that you just randomly transform, you mix up your transformation and turn into a mixture of a cat, octopus, wolf, and a dog. Wait, were you thinking about those things? Well, kind of. I wanted to turn into a dog, but it seemed like I turned into all of it. Wait, why were you thinking about a bat? I don't know. Are bats connected to vampire? Naruto asks. Well, what do you think? She asks him. Well, I've seen a bat before. It's all black and it has fangs like we do. Yeah, basically fangs like we do. And they sleep upside down. Wait, do we sleep upside down? No, you idiot, she said. So what other abilities do we have? Well, we do have a powerful ability. It's a very dangerous one. And I'm not ready to teach you that yet. Come on, you're not even going to tell me? No. Why? Because if I do, you're going to try it. And you're going to mess up. And trust me, kid, if you mess up this ability, you're going to suffer in many different ways than you thought possible. As Naruto gulped, alright. Don't tell me, he said. So what now? Naruto asks. Well, how old are you, exactly? Well, I'm 7 now. 7? Do you go to school? Yeah, I go to the Ninja Academy. So, are you going to graduate out of school anytime soon? Well, when I'm about 12. And what happened after that? Eva asks. Well then, I become a ninja. And I'm going to go on a 3-man team and do various missions, even travel outside of the village. Well, I have 5 years, said Eva. 5 years? For what? Naruto asks. To train you. I'm going to train you on your vampire powers and teach you everything I know and make you as strong as possible. So when you become a ninja, you will be the strongest ninja in the world. And you can go by the code name as the what? Naruto asks. Give me a second, I'm thinking about it. Oh yeah, she said. The Bloody Crimson. The Bloody Crimson? Why that name? Well, vampires drink blood. Red, crimson, so yeah. Well, I guess it sounds kind of cool. So, when are you going to start teaching me? Well, now, she said. What do you mean now? Naruto asks. Well, this training, kid, it's gonna be hard. First, we're going to have to enhance your physical strength, your agility, and your sense of smell, hearing, and all that. Luckily, we have 5 years, because it's gonna take a while for you to get used to this all, and I'm going to train you how to control your bloodlust, and to not feed every time, okay? So, you think you can handle that? Sure, Naruto said. What about you, vile fox? Are you going to be a part of this? Shut it, you wretched woman. Wait, said Naruto. You can talk outside here? Naruto asked, as he heard the fox. Yeah, I can hear him. You too? Naruto said. Well, I made a mental link with your mind so I can hear that wretched fox inside of you. And I know he's strong. You know, if he had helped you in day 1, you wouldn't be this scrawny kid right here. You'd actually be a very powerful ninja by now. But he's just too lazy and always sleeping. Screw you, you vile woman, Kurama said. But guys, I'm be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share this with all of your friends on your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out a new episode of What If Kaguya was Naruto's mother and enjoy. But for now guys, I'm out of here. Stay in tune guys. Peace.